Indigenous Rights Radio, because knowledge is power.
On World Youth Skills Day, we celebrate the determination and achievements of Indigenous youth as they embrace new skills while honoring the wisdom and traditions passed down through generations. Skills development opens doors to education, employment, innovation, and self-reliance, enabling young people to become confident leaders and positive role models in their communities. This day reminds us that when Indigenous youth are given equal access to opportunities, they can thrive and make lasting contributions to society while preserving their unique cultural heritage. Cultural Survival spoke to Mary Goretty of the Karamoja people of Uganda, who told us about the opportunities and challenges of Indigenous youth in her region.
Hello over there, greetings from Uganda. My name is Mary Goretty Eyoh. I come from the northeastern part of Uganda, that is Karamoja sub-region. I am a young climate change advocate. As Karamoja community, we are proud pastoralists who treasure our cattle, value our culture, and treasure unity as a community. I am proud for the opportunity to share my thoughts about the skills, challenges, and opportunities for the young people in Karamoja. To go straight to the questions. Question 1 says, what is the most valuable skill you have learned from your community or culture, and why is it important to you? To me, the most skill I have learned from my Karamojan community is respect and working together. You realize that in my communities, elders teach us to respect one another, to share and to help each other. For example, when we have a problem in the community, we sit as a team or as a community and solve the problem or find ways of solving the problem. This skill is important because it keeps my community united, and we all know that with unity we can take care of each other. We are able to take care of our cattle. We are able to support each other in times of drought and any crisis, and also we are able to keep our culture strong. Question 2 says, what new skills do you think young people need today to succeed while also preserving their cultural identity? To me, young people in Karamoja need both the modern skills and the cultural skills. We need the education, for example, the digital skills and business skills, so we can be able to use digital tools like phones to do business, and also be able to sell our cattle online. But we also need the education. Why do we need the education? Because with education is a very important skill that is very vital for every indigenous community. For me, education in Karamoja is very important because education opens doors for the young people. Because with education, the young people of Karamoja are able to get jobs and be teachers, nurses, vets, and also leaders in our communities. With education, you realize that young people are also able to read and write in meetings, and also give ideas and opinions in meetings that they are not able to confidently speak up about when they are not educated. So I feel they need both the cultural and the modern skills in the communities, like in Karamoja. Our question 3 says, what are the biggest challenges Karamojong youth face when trying to access education, training, or employment? First of all, we have very many challenges in accessing education in Karamoja. The first one is the distance. You realize that many good schools that offer quality education are very distant from the communities, and you realize that most of these indigenous people are not able to afford the costs of going to these schools. I mean the transport costs, talk about the school fees, talk about the requirements needed at school, the scholastic materials. At the end of the day, someone will be like, where do I get all this money to attend such education? And at the end of the day, they give up on education and just prefer staying back, taking care of the animals. Then also, we also have few jobs in Karamoja, in the region. You realize that a few which get chance to study up to the universities, not all of them get chance to get employment immediately. So that staying at home after university makes the indigenous person in that deep community lose interest in going to school, because the person will be like, why do I go to school, yet so and so's daughter, so and so's son has gone to school, has finished university, and yet has not got a job up to now. So it is all the same. It's better I protect and I take care of my animals I sell, I take care of myself and my family. Then we also have the issues of drought. You realize when drought strikes in, families move from one place to another in search for better pastures for both the families and the cattle. So you realize that if a family had children studying in a specific school in this community, the person will be able to give up on studies, because relocating to a new place, you never know that the place they are relocating to is just a kraal-like place without even a school structure. At the end of the day, education is just missed out, just like deliberately. Those are some of the few challenges our young people face in accessing education. Our question 4 says, if you could change one thing to help Karamoja youth develop skills and create better opportunities, what would it be? To me, if given chance, I can create a craft center for our young people, knowing much that in my community, young people are too much talented in different skills, like making the beads, making the local shoes with tires, making the local skirts, sewing the local skirts, the traditional skirts. The young people, we are really rich in culture and talent. We are not just empowered or not having those necessities to show up our skills and talents. So to me, I feel putting up that craft center will be able to empower very many young people to showcase their skills and be able to sell up their items they make to both the local market and also to the tourists when they come, and they're able to attend to take care of their families and themselves at the end of the day. Putting up that craft center will be very vital, because it will bring a number of young people together, those making the traditional skulls, for example, the men making the shoes made out of tires, making the animal skin, belts using animal skin, making, and also still in the same craft center, that is it called traditionally. We can also incorporate use of modern machines, like if given chance or if I have the opportunity, I can also make use of the tailoring machines available, so that those who make skirts are able to come up with different designs, adding value to the traditional skirts they make. That will attract, when we add value to a commodity, it attracts the buyer more. And of course, when you add value, even the cost of its cost changes, and of course you get more money and more market. You're able to, it brings about development of the community and of the region as well as of the nation. Then our last question says, what message would you like to share with the leaders and the wider world about investing in the skills and the potentials of the young indigenous youth? To me, as a Karamojong youth, first of all, Karamoja has been talked about negatively for a while in Uganda here. There has been a saying that used to train, and it is still in being used, that we shall not wait for Karamoja to develop, which is not true. It is more of an insult to us, the Karamojongs, when it is said and you feel it and you hear it as a Karamojong. You really not feel good, because it is like used to tell people who are not serious. For example, in class, if a teacher sees a student sleeping and others are attentive, the teacher will say, we shall not wait for Karamoja to develop, and they continue with those who are attentive, which is not very true. So to me, I feel throwing those negative comments to us, the young people of Karamoja, is really not the solution, because we, the young people of Karamoja, are not the problem. Yes, we in the region, in Uganda, Karamoja is one of the, I think, is the most illiterate region in the country. But that does not mean we deserve to be called names as young people of Karamoja or as Karamojongs, because we are not the problem. We are part of the solution as the young people of Karamoja, because we know our land, we know our cattle, we know our culture, and we know our people. So if you, the leaders, support our education and skills, we can develop ourselves and bring peace in the community. Yeah, that is my message to the leaders. You don't need to call us names. We need to work hand in hand. You need to consider us when you're designing your plans for Karamoja. Consider young people, because we are your future leaders for tomorrow. Because you may not be there tomorrow, and it will be us, the young people, to be there, and we shall be the ones to guide you again as our elders. Thank you so much for listening.
For more on the rights of Indigenous peoples, visit cs.org and follow Cultural Survival on Facebook and X.